I don't eat oatmeal. That's nasty.
Oh, you don't like oatmeal?
No.
Oh,
That's
oatmeal.
a northern thing, though. We like grits here in the South.
Oh, grits. Grits don't taste like anything. Maybe that's why you guys like them, but they're gross.
I only eat cheese grits, so it's fine.
I've never had cheese grits. Now I would try a cheese grit.
It's grits, not egg grit. If you had egg grit, it would be like a piece of sand.
Well, I got to try one because I've tried a spoonful and I wasn't a fan. So
I don't even think you could cook a singular grit. That is crazy.
I'm just going to go in with my spoon and grab a singular grit. And that sounds...
It's literally impossible.
I don't think it's impossible. Don't tell me it's impossible. I will find a way.
Think kinetic sand and you have one little piece of... You can't do it.
Oh, I could do it.
I bet.
What is going on, everybody? It's Jason and Liz here, as we are every other week. How are you doing today, Liz?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad we started this Matlock podcast together and that we are now here to talk about this new Kathy Bates show. I'm just kidding, John.
You son of a gun, you!
How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Pretty good.
Do you guys like grits?
I've never had grits.
I've never had grits either. I don't like oatmeal.
You don't like oatmeal?
No.
I love oatmeal with some brown sugar and some milk. Lots of brown sugar, though. I need the sugar. So maybe I don't like oatmeal. I just like the sugar. But I also had grits with sugar, and I wasn't a fan. But Jamie loves them. And Jamie and I were together since that video, and she was supposed to make me try a grit, and it never happened. So maybe next time I see her.
I'm cool with oatmeal. It's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's meh. Maybe because I don't put 5 metric tons of brown sugar in it like you, Jason. But yeah, I mean,
what's up, Daniel? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, great! Thanks for the ECW comment there. That was good, Daniel. What a way to start this episode of Mattalk off. And man, it seems like it's been a while since we've done Mattalk through all the wackiness that's happened and holidays and all that jazz. But we're all glad to be back here, and we're doing something a little different. We are going to review season 1 of the new version of Matlock. I think I'm looking forward to it. I want to hear what you two think about it because, Jason, I don't know if we've talked about it because I think that when we started to talk about it, I said, save it for the cast.
We've talked about it enough that I know what your overall thoughts on the series are, but we haven't talked about it since it ended. And I can't wait to actually talk about it. One of the things I've said about the new Matlock is Kathy Bates' acting in this show. And the reason I'm bringing this up is it's going to lead into what I've been watching. Angela Bassett has been bringing it on 911. 911 in a lot of ways is like Matlock in the sense that it's a procedural show. And you don't expect to get the level caliber of acting that these people are bringing to these shows. And holy crap, Angela Bassett and Kathy Bates, just give them all of the Emmys at the end of the year because they deserve it. It's network television, and the level of performance these ladies are bringing is just exceptional.
Well, I can agree with you on Kathy Bates. I've not watched 911, just not something that was in my wheelhouse. But I'll take your word on it that Angela Bassett's a great actress, hands down. I mean, from all the stuff that she's done in her career, she's always been top notch. So I would expect nothing less than her very best for 911.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying this thing that everybody's so hip on is rewatching. I haven't rewatched a show in probably 10 years just because there's so much coming out and I like to stay on top of it. But I'm rewatching The Good Wife. I'm a big Elsbeth fan, and I met Matt Zerke a few weeks ago, and he was super nice to me. And I was like, I need to rewatch The Good Wife. So I am rewatching The Good Wife. I'm started it at the beginning of last week, and I'm at season 2 now, almost done with season 2. That should tell you guys that I have a problem, and I don't really go outside often. But I have managed to watch 2 seasons of The Good Wife and stay caught up on my weekly show. So I don't know what that says about me, but it's been an experience. And the other thing I've been watching, Law and Order Organized Crime. This show moved to streaming, and it's even better than I thought it was before. It's definitely serialized. My mom calls me and goes, why is Law and Order using words? I'm like, Mother, that's how people communicate. They use words. You know, we don't know what people are saying if we use words. And she's like, you know what I mean, the F word. And I'm like, it's a streaming show now. So she's upset that Law and Order now uses the F word, but it fits in the tone because it's organized crime, and we can finally get, gritty with organized crime. I'm here for it. I love the reboot. Not the reboot, but the move.
I was going to ask you if it was grittier. I really was, since it moved to streaming, but you've answered that question. I may have to watch an episode or 2. I want to see Chris Maloney drop an F-bomb.
I don't think he has yet.
Oh,
the people around, it's Italian Mob this season. Like, you can start at the beginning of this season and be more or less caught up to what's happening. And I love that the first season was serialized, and that's what I really liked about it. And then it went back to the formulaic Law and Order. But now they're back to super serialized, and I'm here for it.
Well, Liz, what are you watching? We're dominating the conversation here. What have you been watching?
I'm dominating, yeah.
Yeah, let's be honest, you are.
That's okay. I watch a lot less than you do. I think I'm caught up or nearly caught up on Will Trent. That is like one of my favorite things on TV right now.
It's a good show.
Fun.
I'm behind just by a week or 2, but
still slogging through season 3 of Yellow Jackets.
You don't like it?
It's okay. I like it. It's a lot. And part of me likes that about it. The first season was really, really good. And it's deteriorated a little bit, but I'm still into it.
Well, for me, I finished, because I waited till they were all released, I finished The Righteous Gemstones, the 4th and final season. Gotta be honest, I think season 4 was good, but it's not as good as the first 3. I know that sounds kind of like wishy-washy, but there was some really funny moments, some great stories, but I feel like seasons 1, 2, and 3 were just a lot tighter than maybe season 4. But from what I understand and from what I was told by James Dumont, who, by the way, is my guest this week on the PVD cast, he played the role of Chad on The Righteous Gemstones. But from what he had kind of relayed to me was that kind of everybody knew that the 4th season had to end it because it was going to, if not, it was going to end up being Fonzie jumping the shark. And I hate when a series does that. I'd rather a series go out with a bang on top than like fizzle and peter out. I would just I want to go out strong. Guns a-blazing, if you will. You're muted, Jason.
Yeah, nobody wants Homicide episode 2 where they jump the shark.
First of all, just knock it off. Daniel Snow and I are enjoying our watch of Homicide: Life on the Street, even though it's been temporarily interrupted because, well, of what I was saying. See? Daniel's on top of things. He finished The Sopranos season 1 earlier today, so he's there.
I need to watch Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, it's good. It's very good. It's very funny. It's very satirical, and it's even got some great drama to it as well. So fantastic. All right.
What else been up to? Anything outside of TV? Liz, you just got the new yarn.
I do have new yarn. Neoclassical collection is out and available now. It's based on a local museum. Well, like Rich People Mansion turned museum. I love those. I'm a sucker for those. It was Hyde Hall. Actually, it was the largest private residence built in this country between the Revolution and the Civil War.
Okay, what was it called?
It's called Hyde Hall.
Is that got connections to Roosevelt?
No, that's Hyde Park. That's
okay. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So new yarn. Where can folks find out about this new yarn and get some if they want some?
Find it on Instagram at Dark Sea Yarn or darkseayarn.com. And I will be at Central New York Fiber Festival in June. if anybody's localish.
Cool. When you say that, when in June is it? In the beginning of June, or the middle, or the end?
The first weekend, 7th and 8th, I think.
Okay, cool. All right, people, if you're in the area, come on out and say hello to Liz. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you two, shall we go ahead and start talking about Matlock season 1, starring Kathy Bates? Where do we want to jump into? Do we want to jump into like a few recaps of some of the storylines, or what?
I got a question. Let's talk about where we were when they first announced it, what our thoughts were. Because when they first announced it, I was like, okay. I wasn't negative, but I was more like, okay, we'll see where this goes. This is before Kathy Bates. I think this was before Kathy Bates was announced. He just said a new Matlock.
Well, Jason, I was negative Nancy over here. I was like, I don't want to see this. This is going to be garbage. This is going to be terrible, until the trailer dropped. And then I was like, okay, it kind of took my mindset and spun it around a little bit. And I was like, I think this might be okay. This might be good. And then after episode 1, that was it. I was like, I was wrong the whole entire way. This is going to be a fantastic show. It's something I'm looking forward to. I wanted to see episode 2 so badly because of the way that episode 1 ended. So I'm happy to say negative Nancy, maybe a middle of the road, and then a positive Polly, if you will, when it came out and was airing.
What about you, Liz?
Yeah, I don't think I realized there was going to be a reboot until they announced Kathy Bates. So I was skeptical but willing to watch because she's great. And then the pilot just came out swinging, and I loved it. And I'm really hard to surprise, but it managed to do it. So I was kind of hooked from there.
Daniel, it is not a remake. It's its own show. It just the reason the Matlock title is used is very an emotional part of the story, and one that I really, really like.
Yeah, it's a reboot. They're using the name. That's it.
Yeah, but it works so well because they don't shy away in those first couple of episodes. I mean, I forget what episode it was, where the ringtone was the actual theme of the old Matlock show. I'm liking that they're embracing that, and they're using it. They're not shying away from it. I think just in one of the last episodes, I think Kathy Bates said something about Matlock. Love that show. I forget what episode it was, but just as I said, they're embracing it. That's the best way I can describe it.
I like the new way that they do these kind of shows. One of my biggest critiques of the original Matlock is there's no continuity at all, and that drives me nuts. And one of the things I like about what they do with these procedural shows now is they introduce a little bit of the serialized format that we like from other shows that we watch. So, not only are you getting the case of the week, but somehow that case of the week ties into the overall plot and storyline that's happening throughout the course of the season. And usually when there's 22 episodes and they do something like that, it feels like they're stretching it out. With this, I felt like they did a really good job with that mystery and keeping us on the hook without getting annoyed.
I agreed with that. I think that they were very smart in the way they structured this series.
Yeah, I agree, because I like the case of the week also. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like the serialized format where you have to watch episode after episode to get any kind of resolution. And I've said for a long time, like, the best thing about the original Matlock is that it's utterly and completely episodic. And the worst thing about it is that it's utterly and completely episodic. Because you get no character development, but you also get everything you need in that 45 minutes. So you can watch season 1 followed by season 9 and not miss anything.
But it's annoying too, because, Matlock is obviously has a girlfriend, and then he doesn't, or does he?
There's no character development at all.
And then he has a girlfriend again. Maybe that's his character development. Matlock's a swinger. Like, maybe that's what they're trying to tell us. Ben Matlock just, likes the ladies. He was ahead of his time because swinging became more popular later.
Swinging which way, though? Never mind.
I think Matlock visited a few key parties back in the day, if you know what I'm saying. And somehow this better make a YouTube short, by the way, because I think this would be fantastic. This is going to drive the listeners right there to watching our show. Yeah, let's talk about that first episode. Let's talk about what everybody and again, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna try not to spoil stuff for you. Okay, we're gonna try not. And I think this big reveal is really not. How do I want to phrase it? I think it's important, but yet I don't think it really ruins anything about the plot. And I'm talking about that as the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes of the show is amazing. It goes at a complete 180-degree turn from where you think it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally, this came out of my mouth as I was watching it with my girlfriend. I go, she's Batman.
Well, yeah. And, her name, guys, I'm sorry. This show's been out for quite a while, so there's going to be mild spoilers. But, you find out that her name, Madeline Matlock, is not her real name. She pulled the name because it was a show that her daughter used to watch to try to be close to her while she was at court. And it's just a way to connect the two. And I really, really like that. One, you find that out in this, and you find out that there's more of what she's doing at the firm, which is investigating who hid key evidence in the trial that could have taken opioids off the market a little bit sooner. And she's there to find out who did it because, opioids is what ended up taking her daughter.
I want to know if this is based on a similar case, because as we know, there's the opioid epidemic has been running rampant for many, many years here in America. And is there kind of I know obviously writers borrow from what happens in reality. I wanted to know I kind of want to know how they came up with this concept of using, Brexa, is that the name of the drug, I believe?
This case happened so many times. So, it's probably pretty obvious. It's one of the reasons Kathy Bates wanted to do it is because of the particular subject matter.
Well, can we talk a little bit about maybe episodes we didn't enjoy? Because I will tell you that there's two that I'm like, they were eh. Do you guys have any that you were kind of lukewarm on?
Not really. There's some that I liked less than others, but there's none that I didn't strongly dislike or have a strong. Yeah.
I can't remember specifics. I feel like because the pilot was so strong, I feel like the next couple after that didn't quite live up to it. And I didn't think they could sustain that going in. So I wasn't surprised. But it did pick up again, I think, in the second half.
The two that I didn't like is I didn't like episode 17 when they had the woman that was pregnant. She had to get a divorce in the middle of the night, and her husband was this monster. And I just felt like I was like, this seems really kind of silly. This doesn't seem like, if you're talking about, and I know we detract our reality, we let loose and we just go with the flow, but still, I was like, there was hardly any kind of reality at all within this storyline. I did not like that one. And the other one that I wasn't real fond of was, and it was just because of kind of the way that the portrayal of the characters. Do you guys remember the one where Elijah had the family member that got terminated because she was I forget what she did with the truck. She did something with a truck. She loaned it out or something like that. Yeah, that one I didn't dig. And not the storyline. I thought the storyline was good, but just the way those two actresses portrayed themselves, or portrayed their characters, I should say, kind of just was like,
I don't remember either episode very well.
Really?
That might say something to what you're saying too. It just wasn't. Yeah. Liz has thoughts.
I do remember the truck one because she borrowed it and somebody else stole it, and
it
was kind of messy.
Yes, and they ended up copping an attitude and having a big argument with Elijah, and I'm like, this is kind of all over the place. This is a mess. I don't know about this one.
I'm also not really sure why Elijah's still there. They set him up to be more important than he ultimately was.
Mm-hmm. Although, when we get to the end of our episode and we talk about what we're looking forward to in season 2, I have some plans for Mr. Elijah.
Okay.
So, I think one of the episodes too that we really got to give props to is the Slam Energy storyline, the energy drink. Of course, Danny Diet was a guest here on Mattalk, which We're still working out some of the edits for that since it was for those folks. Real quick, I'm just going to sidebar here for a minute. For those folks that have never podcasted before, you always, every once in a while, will have that episode that's the nightmare episode that everything that could go wrong went wrong. And that episode was ours. Jason pretty much did it all by himself because my stupid system wouldn't stay up. It kept crashing and rebooting and all kinds of stuff. And I feel bad that was the situation. I mean,
it's fine. It's just we haven't released it because it's an editing nightmare, but it will eventually get out.
It will. Or if it gets to be September, we're like, screw it. We'll just scrap it and redo it with Danny. Call her up. Let's see what we can do.
She probably would redo it with us. My favorite 2 episodes, besides the pilot, were the 2 with her.
Yeah, I agree. I liked that storyline a lot. I thought it was really, really good. So
Jason Ritter is my other standout in this season, especially in the finale. They did a really good job at making you kind of guess. I mean, towards the end of the season, it became pretty obvious that it was him, but they tried in that final episode to make you think maybe it wasn't. But it, ultimately, spoiler alert, we find out that it might be him.
Yeah, Jason Ritter's been a strong actor in this series. I think he's done the angry, bitter type of character, especially early on with the divorce storyline that was going on with him and Olympia, to being a super sweet, caring father figure to his girls in some episodes as well. I think he definitely stands out as a great addition to this cast.
And talk about character development. I think he's had the most development over the course of the season. And I have thoughts of where season 2 is going to go with him and what she's ultimately going to decide. But I hate to say this because Jason Ritter has come into his own, but he's got a lot of his father's charm and on-screen charisma that you definitely see. I mean, they are carbon copies of each other as far as looks go. Like, he looks just like his father. So, he could have just walked off the set of Three's Company. Like, that's how much I think they look alike.
I'm just going to say real quickly, Liz's cat just appeared in the background, and lo and behold, so did mine. My girlfriend's cat just appeared. Come on. As you are very famous with Liz because she saw your video of you not letting me out of the house that one day. So anyway.
Yeah, mine wants to go back outside. I think she just got let out the other door, actually.
Oh, okay. Is yours an indoor-outdoor cat?
She is, yeah.
Okay. All right. This one's spoiled. She's indoor only. Come here. And she hates to be picked up, so you're not going to see her on camera because if I pick her up, she hates being picked up.
So what were your thoughts going into the finale, Liz, and then ultimately with the finale?
I really liked the first half of the finale, and then I was a little disappointed with the second half. I liked that there was like a tone shift for Maddie. I forget what it is. Edwin says something about like, can't wait to pack up the house and like go home. And I also got really hung up on like they bought that house. How much money do these people have?
Well, her daughter didn't have a mother apparently because she was working so much. So I'm sure they have a lot of money.
That's where my suspension of disbelief comes in, or I guess falls apart too. Is like if you're that good a lawyer at whatever she was doing that she's able to just erase everything is kind of unbelievable.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not looking, where's she from? They're not from where they are now.
I think this is San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really gonna know. I mean, unlike the original Matlock, where he was, known in London, I don't think that happens in the legal world like here. I don't think you know who these other lawyers are if you're far enough away.
Okay, so real quickly, my girlfriend complained about that as well, Liz, is how much money do they have that they can have this gigantic mansion out in the middle of nowhere? And
in Westchester, which, like, I know what those property taxes are like.
So, I don't know. But you know what? Let's talk about Edwin and Maddie's relationship. What do you guys think about that relationship?
I love Edwin. He's my favorite.
I love him. I love him in everything he's in.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the performances. I enjoyed the fact that they had great chemistry. Like they had great chemistry together for sure. And I like that he was kind of the voice of reason many of the times, and even helped out like when he had to disguise his voice and make those phone calls and whatnot.
And they real like the issues in their relationship, they were real. Like you could totally relate to what they were going through, and their different perspectives on what happened to their daughter. I thought it handled very, very well. And again, I can't wait to see how that relationship progresses in season 2, knowing that one wants to stay and one does not.
Yeah, that was that tone shift that I sort of left off in the middle of the story. She has that voiceover where she like enjoys this and wants to keep doing it. And I thought it was going to pivot more towards the original show and like more towards the murder of the week kind of thing, because she clearly likes solving the cases. And then, I mean, the second half was okay. I hope that's not the real answer to the Wellbrexa case, because it seems overly simplistic.
I'm sure it'll be a little bit more in depth than that. I think my theories for season 2 is I think she is not going to turn him in. I think she's going to help him make that disappear, on the caveat that he helps her bring down his father. And I think that's going to be the trade-off.
I have something similar to that because, and I'll just say it right here. I hate Senior. I hate the character Senior. I don't like Bo Bridges is not really doing the best work acting wise. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. And it also bothers me that he wears stupid jeans and a flannel shirt all the time. I know that's nitpicking and that's being really particular, but yeah, it annoys me.
Guys, from now on Mattalk, I'm going to wear flannel shirt and jeans.
You would just to make me aggravated. I think this is my idea. I think that Olympia gets released from Jacobson and Moore, and Sarah, Billy, Olympia, Maddie, and Elijah create their own little firm to take down Wellbrexa. And I say that they're going to go after the firm, and Senior's going to be the fall guy. But before he faces any consequences, he dies of a heart attack.
You just want to see him die on the show, John. That's dark.
Hey,
John.
Hey, what can I say?
Where does Junior go?
Where does Junior go? You mean to heaven or hell, or what are you talking about?
No, where does the son go? Does he stay like working for his father?
Junior.
To feed them information?
Oh, okay. Julian is his name, not Junior.
I'm stuck with names, man. I'm awful with names on shows. I'm sorry.
Okay. Julian ends up, I would say in my little scenario here, that he ends up turning, just like you said, like Olivia or Maddie helps to turn him to the right side of the law and helps him bury Senior. Not literally, figuratively.
Man, your hopes probably both. John's like, can I have a shovel? I'll help. Damn, John.
Hey, man, I'm just bringing the darker edge to Matlock. You know, that's what Andy Griffith wanted. Remember, he wanted a darker, drunkard.
Pretty.
That's
He
right.
did.
There you go.
I don't know if anybody ever saw the HBO Perry Mason. It was really good. I think that's kind of what he was going for with Matlock.
Liz, how about you?
I'm not sure where it's going to go. I mean, I think you're probably right. If Julian's reasoning for why he did what he did is true, then I could see him like coming around and sticking it to his dad and maybe, becoming a real boy kind of thing.
One character though we didn't, real quick before we wrap up, one character I want to get you guys' ideas about. What about Shay? What were your thoughts on that character? Because they talk about how she could always tell the truth, but yet it seemed like she never got it right when she tried to like Vulcan mind meld on someone.
Yeah, I would like to see her used more like Elijah, or just get rid of her.
Okay.
That felt like another storyline that didn't really go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I concur.
Okay. Cool.
Also,
Well-
what do we think of the kid?
Now the kid was my suspension of disbelief. Like, we've got this little Q living. Now I love the kid. Don't get me, John. You know, you gave me that look. Like, I love the kid. I love everything they had going on in their Batcave, and he was like the Alfred/Q. I get it, but that would never happen. Like, a 10-year-old is your whole.
Wait a minute. No, he's a junior high kid because he goes to one of those dances like the.
Okay, he's a middle schooler, but he's still like
He's like 12.
that level of
13.
AI. I mean, I guess maybe. Kylie, can you do that? AI. She has no idea.
Yeah, could you make it so that your father actually sounds like he's from Australia, and that you would also be able to make sure that he has a stowaway apartment many blocks from your house?
Yeah, she couldn't do that.
No. Okay, never mind then.
No, I kind of like, I don't hate the kid. He's fine. I hate the idea of the kid.
No.
I just, he makes them like waffle too much, because there was the one episode where it was all like, are we involving the kid too much? And they pulled back, and I just, like, you set me up for this calculating revenge story, and I want that. Don't pull the punch because there's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You are involving the kid too much. I answered the question for you.
Yeah.
Well, we find out because of the way that season 1 ended, which I don't want to give it away, but we see that Alfie may have a little bit more of a storyline in season 2.
I kind of like that element.
I do
I
too.
didn't love that either.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did it just seem shoehorned in?
Yeah, it did. We were joking, my husband and I, that he should like take the kid and just disappear, like the original show, half the cast just never seen again, and then maybe come back next season as a totally different kid and not explain that either.
I think the kid should stay, but I think they should definitely simplify their cast a little bit. I do agree with that. But I give this season probably an overall 3.5 out of 5, close to a 4 out of 5 as a whole. But I'm curious where season 2 is going to go. Now that most of the big mystery was revealed, where do we go from here? Maybe Alfie's dad was more involved with their daughter's death than they thought. Maybe that'll be part of the elements of the season.
I'm going to give it 4 gavels as well. I think that it was a really strong series. I mean, I know folks are probably like, there was no gavel banging. Yeah, we're a little different this time on the format. So don't worry. In 2 weeks, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled wackiness. So, but I gave it 4 gavels. Liz, what say you?
Yeah, I'm in the 3.5, 4 boat also. It's totally watchable. I like it a lot. I wish it had a few more teeth sometimes, but
yeah, Liz wants us to kill some characters. Matlock, let's make it happen. Make them vanish. Let's get some murders.
No, John wants you to kill off Bo Bridges.
Yeah, look,
it's fine. You can do that. That's fine. No, but it's strong. The cast is good. Kathy Bates is great. My favorite thing I think that she does, like early on, is as like a little hat tip toward the original show, is she moves like him.
I never noticed that.
She does it when she's like playing up the little old lady bit, like he does when he's doing the like folksy old man bit, and she does that like short step shuffle after people.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
I guarantee you it's not an accident either.
No, I don't think it is. She's too good.
I would like them to bring on. First off, there was an episode where Kathy Bates wore the Matlock suit in a dream. Her character was dreaming. I thought that was great. But I'd like them to see them bring on one of the original characters. Like, bring on, not characters, actors. Bring on Daniel Roebuck as Daniel Roebuck and have him have like a tax problem. And he's there and they have to represent him. Because I think that would make for some good comedy.
Or Nancy Stafford.
Yeah,
that would work.
Your name is Matlock? I was on a show called Matlock.
Is this a royalty check from Matlock? All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here. As I said, it's a little bit of a different format than what we normally do, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with the another great episode of Matlock to discuss, analyze, and whatnot. Liz, you want to go ahead and run down one more time where folks can find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at DarkSeaYarn right there. And Also, darkseayarn.com. And if you're in New York in June, you can find me at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds at Central New York Fiber Festival.
All right, Jason, you're playing all the sound effects. Thank you very much.
On the weeks that Mattalk is not on, you can find me and Jamie talking television on the Big Binge watch list, which we are going weekly. Don't have an announcement for the date that starts, but that is starting very, very soon. And you guys, 3 Geeks Podcast, we're live Saturdays. We're going to try to get a little bit more appropriate because YouTube will not let us add paid advertising to our show unless we do. So 3 Geeks Podcast might clean up a bit here soon, but we'll see. We'll see.
Can you just put in like on radio stations when they play a song that has curse words, put in like weird sounds like "arga" or
yeah, you want to edit that for us, John?
No, I don't. I have
Max is a nightmare to do that too.
Listen, as everyone knows from Mattalk, I'm way behind on my editing. I gotta get going on that. But nonetheless, and likewise for me, PVD Cast is the my own personal podcasting project. I've already plugged it once, saying that again. James Dumont got a new movie out called Unit 234, starring Don Johnson that he's in. We also talk about the end of the Righteous Gemstones, his philosophy on acting and storytelling, and overall some good old-fashioned movie talk, if you will. So again, available at pvdcast.com or wherever you find great podcasts.
And the audio for The Foursome dropped yesterday, guys. So go jump on it. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Hit that like, subscribe, and I
was hoping to never see that again.
Sorry.
Oh,
one more time.
Oh no.
Liz All right, everybody.
Scarred for life. Anyways.
We'll see you soon. Bye.